Hello dear student, today's topic is ventilation air. So first we understand the use of ventilation air. This is the fresh air which is used with the air conditioning equipment to maintain the air purity. That air is known as the ventilation air. Any air conditioning equipment works in a closed system, but when we get a polluted air inside the room, then we need to make fresh air inside the room. This air will be fresh air when we will mix the fresh air from the atmosphere with the recirculated air through the air conditioning equipment inside the room. Then we get the fresh air inside the room. It means this is the air which is mixed with the air through the air conditioning equipment that maintains the purity of air inside the room. That air is known as the ventilation air. Here we can see the amount of fresh air supplied in order to maintain purity of air is known as ventilation air. Here in this case we can see here we have taken there a refrigeration equipment, a air conditioning equipment. The basic purpose of this equipment to cool the temperature of the room which we needed. Here this is the room temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. Let we want to maintain the temperature of the room is 18 degrees Celsius. In that case we will use a air conditioning equipment that will extract the heat from the room and make the temperature of the air is 18 degrees Celsius. A air conditioning equipment works with the circulated air. It means in this case this air is zero. Always any air conditioning equipment, here this is the air conditioning equipment, passes a air which is circulated air through the room. It means the room air is always passes through the air conditioning equipment. We never use a fresh air to cool the room air. But when we get the suffocation, when we get the polluted air inside the room, then we need to make purity of air. In that case, we will mix the outside air or fresh air with the recirculated air, and then mixed air is sent to the air conditioning equipment that maintains the temperature of the room, that maintain the purity of the air inside the room. But when we are using a ventilation air, that increase the load over the air conditioning equipment, because we know that external air has the higher temperature compared to the recirculated air. Here this is the recirculated air which comes from the room, but here outside air comes from the atmosphere, so it has the higher temperature with respect to recirculated air. Therefore, when it will mix with the recirculated air, then the temperature of the air which enters into the air conditioning equipment comparatively will increase. Therefore, it can rise the load over the air conditioning equipment. So this ventilation air is not always used, but when we need a maintain the purity of air inside the room, then we use a ventilation air. In air conditioning equipment, for example, window type air conditioning system, at the back side of the evaporator there are one air duct. That air duct will use to mix the fresh air with the recirculated air through the air conditioning equipment. If we not need to mix the fresh air, then at that time air duct door will be closed, and now at that time only room air will flow through the air conditioning equipment and continuously that cool the temperature of the room. In operation theater here, we need 100% fresh air is supplied, because in operation theaters availability of oxygen or purity of air is an important criterion. So in that case we never use this air, this recirculated air. So the mass of recirculated air in case of operation theater, this will be equal to 0, and total mass of air flow through the equipment will be equal to outside air mass. Now we have come to summer air conditioning with ventilation air. Here this is two types, one is with zero bypass factor and one is with bypass factor. We already discussed about the bypass factor. Here we can see this is the duct. In duct we are using here one cooling coil which has the temperature Ts, and here air is passes through this coil is temperature T1, and here exit temperature is T2. When T2 is equal to here Ts, then this you get in case of zero bypass factor. It means there is no air which passes through bypass of the coil. It means whole air passes through the coil, and finally we get the temperature of the air is equal to the coil temperature. This system is known as the zero bypass factor. In summer air conditioning system, basically here cooling and dehumidification processes are used. We already discussed you about the air conditioning process that are 8 types. In that 8 types basic air conditioning processes, one is cooling and dehumidification process that is used in summer for the cooling purpose. Here we can see this is the whole setup of the air conditioning system with ventilation air. This is the air conditioning equipment. Over the air conditioning equipment, here air comes from the, some of air comes from the room air, that air is known as the recirculated air, and some air comes from the outside air. This air is known as the ventilation air. This air is mixed with the recirculated air to maintain the purity of the air. After the mixing both air, outside air and recirculated air or room air, here at point 1 we get the mixed air. That mixed air is sent to the cooling coil. Here is the air conditioning equipment. In this we are using a whole air conditioning equipment. In that one is a evaporator which is the cooling coil. Here mixed air passes through the cooling coil, and finally that gets the temperature of the cooling coil, that is T2. This is the supply condition to the room. It means at this temperature air is sent to the room, which room is needed to air conditioning. So at point 2 temperature of air is sent to directly room for the cooling purpose. That decreases the temperature of the room, because here some air is already present, and we mix with the low temperature air, and finally then the temperature of room will decrease. Then this air is recirculated through the air conditioning equipment. Here this air is always mixed for the ventilation purpose. That you also know that when we are using ventilation air, that increases the load over the air conditioning equipment. Here we can see all process on psychrometry chart. This is the psychrometry chart. In this, let O outside air, I indicates inside air. 1 state of air after mixing with ventilation air. Here we can see this is outside air which comes from the atmosphere for the ventilation. Here I, this is inside air which is also known as the recirculated air. This air comes from the room. Both will mix at point 1 here, and finally we get here at point 1 the mixed air state. Here if MAI, room air mass, that is also known as the recirculated air, MA out, ventilation air mass. It means the mass of air comes from the outside, that is MO, and mass of air that comes from the inside room, that is MI. On the psychrometry chart, both will mix at point 1, and then the mixed air is passes through the air conditioning equipment or cooling coil. The process I2, air process I2, this process indicates here I22. This is room sensible heat factor line, this known as the RSHF, because this happens inside the room. Here at point 2 we get the lowest temperature of the air, that is equal to the coil temperature, because this temperature we get at the saturated line. This is the saturated line here. This is the lowest temperature. Then this lowest temperature air is sent to the room, and there the final temperature of room is I. It means there this process 2 to I, this happens inside the room. So this line is known as the room sensible heat factor line. Here process 1 to 2, this is 1 to 2, this happens here over the air conditioning equipment, over the cooling coil. Here this known as the grand sensible heat factor line. This line indicates because this happens over the cooling coil which are in the air conditioning equipment. Here ADP point 2 is also known as the ADP, because this is the lowest temperature of the cooling coil for this process which happens over the saturation line. And we also know that the temperature at the saturation point is equal to dry bulb temperature is equal to wet bulb temperature and equal to saturation temperature, and that temperature is also known as the operator's dew point temperature. Now we will find the total load on the air conditioning equipment or cooling coil. Here Q is the total load. This is the sum of room load and load due to ventilation air. We can find the value of room load from this equation, MAI into HI minus H2. This gives us the room load, plus here MA outer into H outer minus HI, this gives the load due to ventilation air. The value of HI, H2, HO will get from the psychrometry chart. Here outside air sensible heat, we will find the value of this OASH from this equation. Here 0.02044 into V1 into TD1 minus TD2. This is the CP which is used for the humid specific heat for moist air. Here V1 is the specific volume at point 1. Here D1, D2, this indicates the dry bulb temperature at point 1 at point 2. Finally, this equation we already derived before this lecture, the CP for the moist air, that is a humid specific heat, is equal to 0.02044. This is already derived before this lecture. So this gives us outside air sensible heat load. Here outside air latent heat OALH we will find from this equation 50 V1 omega 1 minus omega 2 in kilowatt. Using this equation we will get the total load of the outside air from this and this. Now, after calculating the ventilation air load, we come to the total room load here. Room total heat is equal to sum of the room sensible heat plus room latent heat here. And we already discussed the ventilation load is equal to, that is the sum of outside air sensible heat plus outside air latent heat. Now, to calculate the total load over the air conditioning equipment, here total load on equipment is equal to sum of the total sensible heat and total latent heat. This will be equal to room sensible heat plus outside air sensible heat plus room latent heat plus outside air latent heat. Here grand total heat will be equal to sum of total sensible heat plus total latent heat. This gives us grand total heat which or happens over the air conditioning equipment. Now here grand sensible heat factor will be equal to ratio of total sensible heat to the grand total heat. Here putting the value of grand total heat from this equation, we get total sensible heat divided by total sensible heat plus total latent heat. This ratio gives us the grand sensible heat factor value. Similarly, for room sensible heat factor line, here room sensible heat divided by room total heat. Room sensible heat divided by room total heat, that is the sum of room sensible heat plus room latent heat. Using these two equations, we get here the value of grand sensible heat factor and room sensible heat factor. This is the second part of the summer air conditioning, that is with bypass factor. Before this, we discussed about the zero bypass factor summer air conditioning system. Here in this diagram, we can see the point 2 is not located on the operator's dew point temperature or on the saturated line. So this is not the operator's dew point temperature line, because for this process here this process will intersect with the saturated line. So here is the ADP, it means here is the operator dew point temperature. It means here we get the some bypass, which here is not obtain the temperature of the coil, which is the lowest temperature. Finally, through the process we get here 0.2 temperature of the exit air at the equipment or air conditioning equipment. The whole processes are same on psychrometric chart. In this, with respect to zero bypass factor, only there the 0.2 lies on the psychrometric chart at saturated line, but now with bypass factor there some bypass factor x value occurs, so 2 is not located on the saturated point here. The line which joins the inlet and exit of air conditioning equipment is known as grand sensible heat factor. Here we can see point 1, this is the inlet point for the air conditioning equipment, and 2, this is the exit of the air conditioning equipment. So this line is known as the grand sensible heat factor line. The line which joins the supply condition with room condition is known as the room sensible heat factor line. Here this is the supply condition and this is the room condition. This line is known as the room sensible heat factor line. The point of intersections of gas sensible heat factor or grand sensible heat factor and room sensible heat factor gives supply condition of the room. Here both intersect at point 2. This gives the condition of air which enters into the room. This is the definition of operator's dew point temperature. Here ADP, it is the temperature at which cooling and dehumidifying line cuts the saturation curve. In this psychrometric chart we can see here process 1 to 2. This process is known as the cooling and dehumidification process. This line is known as the cooling and dehumidification line. Here this is known as the saturation curve over the psychrometric chart. So when this line 1 to 2 will extend and this will intersect at point this to the saturation line, the temperature at this point, this indicates the operator's dew point temperature for this cooling and dehumidification process. Here the bypass factor for this, that is X, will be equal to T2 minus TADP. TADP, this is the operator's dew point temperature, and T2 is the temperature at point 2. Here this is TD2, drivable temperature at point 2, divided by T1 minus TADP. T1 is the temperature of the air at point 1. This is also known as the drivable temperature at point 1, and minus TADP. This is the operator's dew point temperature. At here we get in the psychrometry chart, and this bypass factor can be written like this: X is the bypass factor, that will be equal to T2 minus TADP divided by T1 minus TADP for this process, which we can see on this psychrometry chart. Now we have come to infiltration load here. This is one type of additional load which occurs over the air conditioning equipment due to the leakage of air through the windows, through the cracks, through the doors inside the room, due to the pressure difference, due to the wind velocity difference, due to the temperature difference. So here we can see uncontrolled entry of unconditioned outside air directly into the buildings. This increases the load over the air conditioning equipment. That type of load is known as the infiltration load. Here Q, infiltration, is equal to mCp delta T. Q is the total load due to the infiltration. This will equal to mCp delta T is equal to rho V into Cp into del T, means T outer minus T inner. This is the temperature of the air at the outer and at the inner. This can calculated by crack length method also. Here volume of infiltration L W H into AC divided by 60 meter cube per minute, where L is the length of the room, H is the height of the room, W is the width of the room, AC is the air change per hour inside the room through the cracks. So from here we get the volume of infiltration which enters inside the room. Then putting the value in this equation, here we get the total load over the air conditioning equipment that is increases due to the infiltration. Now we have come to winter air conditioning. The winter conditions are say 15 degrees Celsius temperature and 20% relative humidity. This is the current scenario in winter season of the atmosphere. Here required comfort condition that needs for human beings: 24 degrees Celsius temperature and 60% relative humidity. This is the required condition by the human beings in winter season. In general, air conditioning operators for winter air conditioning for comfort involves heating and humidification. This is a process which are used in air conditioning for winter air conditioning processes. In winter, building loses sensible heat, partially compensated by solar heat gain, internal heat gain from occupancy, lighting, etc. Latent heat loss due to low outside air humidity, compensated by latent heat gain from occupancy. In winter, heating load is less than the cooling load in summer. Here, actual situation depends of the outside temperature and humidity with respect to inside condition. Now today's class is over. Thank you for listening.